morning, homies. It is my pleasure to bring you update 2 of our first month of our theme living series. And if you aren't caught up on this journey, hi, my name is Audrey. I'm challenging myself to live by a theme each month to expand my knowledge over several different topics that I know lead to a better life and more mindful thought process. We are exploring my fabulous finances. Last update, I mentioned that I was a server and a bartender for most of my adult life, which meant that at the end of the shift, I would get paid out in cold, hard cash. I would take a portion out of the cash that I would make and I would stash it away in my sock drawer. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Honestly, still carry that mindset, but, explain. I budget out my whole month every quarter or so, or every time that something big in my finances or my bills come up. For example, I finally got my income-driven repayment plan for my federal student loans approved. Therefore, I need to redesign my monthly budget. I plan out every paycheck, so I know how much cash I have available to take out of the bank and put into an ump-out or an envelope. After my bills and expenses are paid, I take about 30% of my cash to go towards my emergency fund, and the rest goes to travel funds, special events. It is a habit that I have not broken out of since the food industry. Honestly, I plan not to break out of it anytime soon because this is something that works for me. My bills are set on auto pay, so I make sure that I evenly distribute the dates so that each paycheck has about the same amount taken out for bills. For that checking account where my bills get taken out, I make sure that my work splits up my paycheck. It gets the right amount. I will never see that minus sign in my checking account ever again. And I have another checking account that is linked to my Fizz card, so I don't overspend on expenses like groceries or my cat stuff. The Fizz card, it does have a budgeting option, so it'll notify you if you go over your set limit. So I set mine at 600 and it reports like a credit card, which is amazing. They boosted up my credit score. I'm trying to pay off my smallest debt first, which is enrolled with Beyond Finance. They take care of my debt consolidation loan and credit cards that I had. Almost done with it after 3 years of very aggressive payment plans. I'm also enrolled in YRefi, which is paying off my private student loan for my technical bootcamp. Currently helping me negotiate for a more manageable payment plan, because before I enrolled in YRefi, they were asking me for almost $1,000 a month. Which, girl, nobody can afford that. What the heck? I have a private student loan that I'm currently pursuing in court. All this to say, it doesn't take much to get help with your debts. I had a lot. I still have a lot, actually. But it feels like much less of a burden when you can rely on others, especially those that know how to speak legally to these companies, debt collectors. They can help negotiate your payment plans. They put it in one simple dashboard. You set it up on auto pay and boom, your debts are going to be off your shoulders. It just takes a simple Google search to know which repayment program might be right for you. Next episode, I'll be diving into my emergency fund, growth opportunities. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking to this journey. See you later, homies.